and researched the entire, you can see clips of a lot of your heroes, but it started with Baby Dodds, and when the music came up north to Kansas City, Jonathan Joe Jones was the man who, a lot of times they kept time on the rims in Baby Dodd's day. So what happened, Joe took that beat and he put it up on the cymbals. His signature was the hi-hat. You've probably heard this beat. That was created here in Kansas City by Joe Jones. And I look at Joe as the father of this whole thing. Not much about this instrument has really changed since its inception. You know, a lot of instruments became electrified, this, that, and the other, but the drums really have not changed. And Joe was really the first guy to bring it on, put it on the cymbals. He was an amazing soloist. He brought melody into the drums. And then after Joe Jones, there was a progression of drummers. In the swing era, Joe was the king. In the 50s, when bebop came along, a guy named Max Roach changed the role of the drums from a primary timekeeper to an instrument of dialogue. Max was a master of putting melody on the drums. And then other bebop drummers in that era were Kenny Clark and Roy Haynes, that really furthered the expressive element of the drums. And then after bebop, you had what they call the hard bop era, and drummers like Art Blakey and Elvin Jones were really, Elvin especially. Elvin brought a whole new rhythmic element into the drums, where a lot of the beat had been very steady and driving before Elvin, so it was like this. What Elvin did, Elvin brought in an African element, and by that I mean the feeling of a spread triplet feeling. So it went from this. He started putting the triplets in. So a triplet is this. Right? So he started orchestrating it on the drum. In the original type of feel that would have been what they call an Afro feel, Afro-Cuban feel. Put that with swing, and you get something. You get what Elvin came up with. What happened with Elvin did it, the whole instrument and all of rhythm and jazz evolved to a whole other place. Especially
John Coltrane.
With John, yes, he was. Elvin was the motor behind John Coltrane. Elvin created a like kind of a swirling cushion of rhythm for Coltrane to play over, and I'm not sure Coltrane would have reached the expressive heights that he reached without Elvin. For drummers especially, that creates an entire new level of independence and coordination, because you're going from this to then orchestrating those triplets around the whole kit. So all of a sudden, now your rhythm is equally distributed among all the limbs on the drum kit. So, and since Elvin has kind of been, you know, there have been other innovators like Tony Williams and Jack DeJohnette who play very modern and kind of impressionistic, where the beat is implied, where they leave a lot out and the beat is more implied. So you might have a tempo like this, played in 1950s or 1940s. But after Tony Williams and Jack DeJohnette, it opened way up. in their mind, time is always going. One of the amazing things about, especially Jack DeJohnette, is he plays so modern, but it's always swinging in a way. It always feels really good to me and the people he's playing with, obviously, because he's one of the most celebrated drummers of modern times. So rhythm evolved through all of this, and it's fascinating to me. The study just, I feel that all horn players, anybody that plays a harmonic instrument, greatly benefit from playing the drums. In fact, I play with some tenor players in New York that are very good drummers, guitar players.
I play a little drum myself.
Yeah, see? Yeah, Dave's got a nice ride feel,
So that's the idea. We have to listen to this music. If you guys are serious about playing, you have to listen to it. So if we talked about our instruments, of course, on the saxophone or the trumpet, you have the originator would be Louis Armstrong, right? Dizzy Gillespie in the bebop era, who played on this street, I believe. And then, of course, Miles Davis, Freddie Hubbard, Woody Shaw, guys like that. Have you heard of him? Okay, so now you have. And he was a great sax player from this area.